Yeah, smoking in London while the snow fall. In another country, so pardon me from the roll call. Damn, who would...
What up, guys? I thought what we would do for today's video is do something quick, something simple, something easy. I'm gonna give you my top 3 picks for mice right now, gaming mice. Remember, when you're watching this, it's all gonna depend on hand size and what you like. You might have a small hand, but still like a big mouse, and vice versa. So again, this is just my personal opinion of my top 3. I'll round it off with the top 5. I'm not gonna include the other 2. Just for time's sake, I don't want to keep dumping 20-minute videos on people, so I'm just kind of trying to keep it quick, fun, refreshing, and just get the comments going and see what other kind of videos I can dump out for you guys as quick as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to just dive into the top 3 mice now, and we'll come back for a review at the end. I'll talk to you guys in a second. First things first, guys, remember, this is in no particular order, okay? My 1, 2, and 3 really mean nothing as far as like what I prefer one over the other. This is just specifically what I rotate out the most of the top 3. This would have to be included in it. This is my Zowie S2 Divina. Nothing special. It doesn't have hyperglides on it. It's still got a gloss coating on it. Probably will take that off, but I've already got a video up showing you how to do that, so probably won't even do that on screen. I'm a palm grip user, and I have long fingers. This mouse is going to appeal to small to medium-sized hands, okay? Large hands can use it too, but it might not be as comfortable. I find personally that if I use it for any extended amount of time, it will start to hurt my pinky a little bit because of the dome inside and the way you actually have to hold it. What I mean by that is whenever I'm gripping it, I can't do a traditional, it just doesn't fit for my palm. So what I have to do when I'm using this specific mouse is more of like a hybrid claw, and I have to rest my 2 fingers like this on the side of the mouse. So I almost have to elevate my fingers like this. So it's a good mouse, great mouse. Cord's okay, probably will paracord this one as well. But again, this is just specifics of what mouse I like and who it's good for. Again, small to medium hands are gonna love the mouse. It's great. And for precision, it's fantastic as well. The buttons are great on it as well. There's no issues there. This mouse actually has better clicks than some of the other Zowie mice. They did a really good job with the buttons on this. The wheel's still kind of funky, but the clicks are good and very tactile, so you're not missing those. So I'm judging it based on a gaming mouse, not a everyday use mouse. So that's definitely going to be my top 3. I rotate this out constantly. Some days I really want just a more comfortable grip for me personally, and I switch it out. And in some days I'm like, you know what, I want to be a little more precise with my shots. I'll use this. So there's no rhyme or reason, and some people prefer to keep one mouse and use that consistently, so they have basically the muscle memory of that mouse, and that's fine if that works for you. But I love change. I already switched the mouse mat, and actually I cleaned the desk too. So if you guys noticed in my last couple of videos, I actually cleaned everything up. I think it looks a lot neater and cleaner, so we'll see how that goes. So that is going to be the Zowie S2 Divina. I personally like the pink colors, but you know, it is what it is. They got the blue in those as well. So what we're going to do from here, we're actually just going to go to the next mouse too. We're going to throw that up and go from there. See you in a sec. All right, guys, you've probably already seen from the little slow-mo clip that I did, you already know what mouse is up next. This mouse is loved and hated by many. I've even heard it called Final Meme because of, you know, just the hype train that they put behind their mice, and the ridiculous Twitter posts that they post. I mean, whoever's running that obviously is just trolling the community because it's just not possible, right? But you got to give the devil their due, okay? As bad as a company as they are, they do what they're supposed to do in the fact of they wanted to make a competitive lightweight mouse, and that's what they did. So this is going to be good for, in my opinion, larger hands, okay? This is a very comfortable mouse for me. I could use this mouse all day, no issues, and with it being lightweight, definitely helps as well. So everything's stock on this one because I've actually never really plugged this one in and used it. I tested it just real quick to make sure the buttons were okay, but I actually used my blue one. It hasn't broke yet or anything like that, so I figured why beat up 2 mice? So that's where I'm at right now. So this is a perfectly brand new Air 58. The buttons are fine, in my opinion. The scroll wheel is semi-okay. I don't really have any specific issues with it. The branding, we could have done without that. But again, false promises based on a company of what they say. But it is light, it performs well. And if you like flicks and you're an arm player, definitely going to be for you if you have a larger hand. And again, what I mean by that is whenever I'm gripping this mouse, it goes perfectly on my hand. So I'm hoping you guys can get a good view of this. My fingers set very well, and I can even take this finger and arch it up a little more and get that. For me personally, the holes on the sides, I've had some people complain, but they give me a little more grip. I like it. So this is my grip on it, and it is insanely light, great mouse. I just wish the company was a little more transparent, open and honest with their customers, and just shut up on Twitter, make a good product, and everybody will be happy. What I'm really hoping is the Star King, or whatever they're calling it, who knows? I'm hoping it's this mouse, just a little bit smaller, because I do love the shape and size. But if they made it a little smaller, it might be a little easier to grip, and I think more people would enjoy the mouse more, even though they're already ridiculously hard to find. So that's going to be number 2, and then we're going to go to the third one, and I don't think anybody will be really surprised with it if you've watched my channel. Well, if you've watched my channel, you already guessed it. The Zowie, again, is in my top 3, I would guess. This is the EC1B. I did a matte video on it, so you'll see that it's still matted out with the paracord as well. I like a larger mouse, so this fits beautifully in my hand. Now, if I were to pick a mouse and had to pick a mouse strictly based on comfort, as far as they said you get one mouse to use the rest of your life, and that's the mouse you have to use, I'm going to pick this mouse. I'm still accurate with it, maybe not as precise as what I would be with an S2, but instead of being able to use an S2 for a few hours without getting any like pinky pain, I can use this mouse for who knows how long without any issues. I've been on my computer editing videos for 8-9 hours with it, 0 issues. So this mouse is a little bigger, obviously you can see, but there's plenty of room for me to actually grab and hold on to it. So for me, the lazy grip is what I would call it, is I'm able to go fully down with my fingers. I can take this finger, go straight down, and then I can literally extend my fingers straight out without any kind of bends in. Everything just fits real crisp. It's a great mouse. So for comfort, again, that's my pick. Those are my top 3s. We'll cut away to the video, and I'll address you guys in a second. I'll just give you like my honorable mentions for number 4 and 5. I didn't put them in there again for time's sake. I'm not trying to kill you guys with long videos. Just wanted to give you guys my top 3 because I've had that requested a few times, and just wanted to show you some stuff here. So we're gonna hop back over to the face cam in probably right about now. I honestly doubt anybody was probably shocked by the Zowie mice picks by me. I've always been a huge Zowie guy. Their shapes are like no other. As far as comfort, they make so many different models and shapes. There's one out there for you. It might take you forever to find that one, but if you have like a micro center in your area, or if you're ever close to like a pop-up shop that Zowie opens up, they have all their mice on display and you can kind of get your range. I've had so many Zowie mice, the ZA11, ZA12, ZA13, EC1A, EC1B, the ECB1, the S1, the S2, there's so many of the Zowie mice. And I personally came down to, the Davina EC1B and the S2 were probably 2 of my personal favorites. The EC1A, the old one with the 3310 sensor, I think, loved it, used it for a very long time, even though it had the older sensor because of comfort. I can't stress it enough, guys. Find a mouse that you're comfortable with first, okay? Then worry about your precision. And if you absolutely feel that even though you're comfortable with that mouse, you can't aim at all with it, then experiment. I've always said I'd rather have a mouse that I can use for a few hours and be okay with, rather than a mouse that I'm super accurate with and my hands hurt for days after a couple hours with it. It should always go comfort, then it should go, I would say, size, and then I would say, then worry about the sensor and the cord. For the most part, even the sensors that are old at this point are still good sensors, and most of the time will not spin out. There's the exception on some mats. I had some personal issues with the Cooler Master MP510. I couldn't get my 305 to work on it. It worked, but it changed the LOD on it because of the mat, the way it's textured, and it was horrific for me, and that's me personally. So gauge it, play around if you have the opportunity to do so. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment box. We're getting really close to that 500 subs. We're gaining every day. And real quick, just to drive a point, my honorable 2 mentions, I would say the G Pro Wireless, fantastic mouse, love it a lot. The reason that it was not in the video is I like removable batteries still, and the only thing that scares me about the G Pro Wireless is like, yeah, it's good now, but in a year, if you still want to use that, how good is that lithium-ion battery in that mouse? Are you going to start seeing a dramatic decrease in that battery? It's not been out long enough to really get any kind of test done on it. So I'm thinking, you know, in a couple years, if you still like that mouse, what are you gonna have to keep it plugged in the whole time? So then you're defeating the purpose of a wireless mouse. So for me, like the G305, I just pop a new battery and I'm sweet. You know, 703, if you like the 403 size, wireless, pops in a battery, you're good. So that's my take. I'm probably being super paranoid about it, but that's just me personally. As far as the number 5, you can go a lot of different ways, okay? But if I were to pick a number 5 that I would just swap out, it's obviously going to be a Logitech. I think I just mentioned it, but the 403 for me has a really good grip. The 403 that I bought actually used, had a little bit of sensor rattle, and the scroll wheel was a little loose. I might take it apart and see if I can fix it, but for me to try to use that consistently, I couldn't do it. But the 403 is a fantastic shape, loved by many, used by a lot of pros. It's consistent, good weight, good shape, and if you want a wireless mouse, you get the 703 and you got the best of both worlds. So those would be my top other 2 to just kind of round it off to a top 5. If you guys want to see any more videos about maybe how they work as far as in-game, let me know. Another video that I'm thinking about posting is pulling up like Kovac and using some of these mice as I'm showing you an overlay of it, just to show you like my scores with the different mice, stuff like that, you know. What am I aiming better with that day, so on and so forth. We can break that down into multiple series with a couple different mice. So give me your thoughts on that as well. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Let's get to 500 subs. Let's do a giveaway and then on to 1,000. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.